So here we are today in Upper Ojai, weeks after the Thomas fire came through this area. And as you can see, it's a pretty desolate looking spot. We've got some very high heat that burnt this material into pure ash. This wood just went right to ash. The fire came through here very hot, very quick, with a lot of wind. And as you can see, this is not all charred all the way through. It's possible some of these trees will come back. This little piece I picked up here, you can actually see the pore structure, beautiful pore structure of the charcoal starting, but interior is still not completely cooked or charred. So it would take years for this to break down and end up being of value to the soil system. Here's another piece that we found on the ground, pretty hard. On the outside charred really well, but on the inside still pretty much wood. So all of these trees here, of all these trees, a lot of them have been split, either by the heat intensity or as they were cooling off, they split apart. So I'm not really sure how much of this will come back, but this is a natural part of our ecosystem. Fire is essential to our ecosystem. Cleans up all the excessive plant life. Only so much can grow per acre. Biochar, or charcoal, or carbon as we know it, which is this stuff right here, is the management system of soil. So after this fire, decades from now, all of this char and ash will work its way down into the root zones, and as the new plant life comes to grow, it'll manage that soil by managing the water, the nutrients, and the microbiology, which will live within the pore structure of this charcoal, or this carbon that we have here. So this is a very important part of our ecosystem. However, we also know that we don't want our homes and businesses to burn down. So what we need to do is understand what fire is and how it plays a role in nature and mimic that. Biomimicry. That's what we're all mostly interested in. That's where we're going to live a sustainable future, by mimicking nature. So what we'll do here is, in our modern world, is we'll take all the wood waste that we have in our society, and there's plenty of it, and we'll turn it into this biochar and return it back into the soil again. And then one other aspect of the fire that is mostly a little known is the smoke from the fire is as important as the fire itself, because that smoke covers everything, inundates everything in the range and in the area where the fire occurred. It then, that smoke, condenses into wood vinegar, which protects the plants and trees from disease and pests, and really influences an acceleration of photosynthesis, because within the wood vinegar, or in that liquid smoke we call it, is over 200 organic compounds that plants thrive on. So when they do start growing again, they have a big advantage. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that plants and trees that go through fire actually have far greater advantage than those that do not. Remember, fire also helps to propagate seeds. Many plants and trees do not propagate seeds without the presence of fire. And when that fire occurs, the smoke follows. And the smoke will cover those seeds, condense into wood vinegar, and advance the growth of those seeds far beyond those that do not have that wood vinegar, or that effect that nature naturally occurs. So here we are looking at this ground. Looks pretty desolate, but one day this will all come back quite well. So this is part of nature, and we need to understand that and live within those bounds.